Hey everybody, welcome back to No Man's Sky. ElanPaul here with your survival playthrough. To get through the entire storyline, we are picking up where we left off on the last episode. We're going to be working with Null for a little while in order to figure out what's going on there. We should touch base with, not Artemis, but Apollo. We should have touched base with Apollo at some point, but we are going to be mostly working with Null for a little bit longer. This starts off a series of, we're starting off with the anomaly here. We just talked to Polo and Nada, of course. But this is going to start off the last series of quest lines, if you will. Yeah, having a little trouble today. Quest lines until we get to the end of the main storyline, that is. But we have some other things that we're going to be doing. So, as you know, looking in here, we have Under Rebel Star. We do have the planet in distress. I'll go ahead and touch base on that as well. We'll talk about the settlements a little bit, but mostly it's going to be Under a Rebel Star, and we're going to have, obviously, Dreams of the Deep is going to be popping up here soon. That's pretty cool. That's the shadow of the anomaly passing over the planet. Full eclipse, my friend. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Alright. See, there's the shadow. Oh, it says approximate location, so we've got to find it again. Oh, hey, it's one of those planets. Little, as I call them, sock puppets. All over the place. Great. A couple of things here. Let me see what these are. Observatory is what he's looking for. Is this it? He did say observatory. It doesn't say, and that's a landing pad, I'll take it. It doesn't say transmission tower, so yeah, this is it. Okay, good. Oh, and that's even more fun. So sentinels could pop up at any moment. Alright. We have, yes, we do have our scatter blaster. I'll keep it out just in case. Let's pick up some items while we're here. Never know. Might get something cool. Launch fuel. Launch fuel is always useful, but I can't use it in the ship, but that's alright. Alright, oxygen. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit the observatory, see what it has to say. Null's prediction was correct. The terminal is curiously open, the logs ready for me to read. This observatory appears to have functioned as a salvage station manned by a Gex specialist, a translator. They were accused of questioning things that should not be questioned, of sowing the seeds of dissent. This posting was meant as a punishment. But it appears that this posting was the making of them. They found strange things in the wrecks, aberrations, data that spoke of worlds that do not exist, and events that did not happen. That Gek went out to investigate one such craft, the life signature of a Korvax still on board. They never returned. Is this how Nada and Polo met? Is this how my friends found each other? There is a signal in the console, a warning on repeat. 16 short bursts of data in a loop. Extracting coordinates. I extract coordinates for the distress signal. A crashed vessel awaits me on another world. Now, anytime you hit one of these observatories, it will show you usually a wreck or a special location on another planet. Sometimes it could be an ancient relic, things like that. Most of the time it will be a freighter. Okay, well, let's head out. So that's our next step. Where's my ship? Constantly saying that. Oh, there's another. Yep, we got a dude coming. We got to get out of here. All right. Get past that sentinel so he doesn't attack us. All right, so we're headed the flickering crash site. And we're not locked in. Let's go ahead and lock in on it now that we can seem to lock in. There we go. Alright, so this is Nada's crashed freighter. And Polo went to investigate. So this is probably what we would call the genesis of Nada and Polo. Their first meeting. At some time in a different dimension, a different Different iteration, I guess, would be a good word. Oh, yeah, I don't think we need to go far right. And what was that over the right? Hold on. Is that, the monolith? Okay, alright, I was wondering about that. There's our crashed freighter. Let's get close enough. Turns green, there we go, we can now land. The other planet, yeah, you can't tell what color it was changing. Alright, here we are. The wreck of the MS Robert, is it? Robiak, Zuga 7. Crew manifest missing, limited data available. Now we need encryption keys to read all this, so guess what we gotta do? We gotta get the encryption keys. So let's get our terrain manipulator out, put it on the highest setting, light, first one, and these are all only going to give us encryption keys at this point. One, there it is, and trust me, just get the rest. You don't need all of them, but I don't quite remember how many we need, so I'm just going to get all of them. You can always delete it later, the extras. That's one or two extra that you end up with. It's 2. This is 3. Okay.
Extreme subterranean radiation detected.
Subterranean radiation, huh? It's a lot of syllables there, lady. Okay, this should be 4. It's going to do the camera thing. Okay, this should be 5, and we'll get the 1 more. Can't boost, which means I'm going to get some radiation damage probably. Nope, we're good. We're good. I got radiation protection. I forgot about that. There's one more over here. Straight out from here, I believe. There it is. Okay. 6 encryption keys. We're all set. What are these guys? Aggressive as well? Great. Crew manifest missing. Limited data available. Read the log. Do not know who will read this message. I do not know if anything will survive, but I must die as I lived. I will record it all, even in the face of oblivion. The swarm came to every world. The drones acted erratically, not attacking, just watching. Time passed, and the Sentinels did not seem so much of a threat anymore. They were peaceful now, we thought. We had been forgiven. We were wrong. Continue. Ship logs requested accessing. Read the log. They struck as one, an attack somehow coordinated across unfathomable distances. With a fury exceeding all prior skirmishes, the Sentinels annihilated all biological life within the universe in a span of 54.2 standard minutes. Only I remained. The Korvax stood with me in the end, to their credit. They concealed me with their flotilla as they headed towards the center. Continue. Log, entry compromised, patching, read log. They are coming now. The screams of my friends resonate in every hall, every corner. The Sentinels have found me. I told Nada to leave. I told them what we already know, all of us. We are not alone. Even if I die, Nada will find me again in another universe. 10 just like me, 1,000, 1,000,000. We are not alone, for every soul is many. Even in the face of 16, we must declare that we lived. We existed, no matter the horror of the end. They are at my door. Error. Unexpected log termination. Leave. Alright, so now we know what happened with Nada and Polo. So that's how it ended for them. Very, very interesting. Nicely decorated, though. Alright. So, transmit the freighter's log to null. Locate a hollow terminus. So we're going to locate that this way. Frequency Artemis? Let's go ahead and answer it. I escaped, Traveler. I escaped. One moment I was running from them, the stars shifting terrible smiles within the dark. And the next I was here. Well, wherever here is. This new world has a sun, has life. It's beautiful. But I think anything would be beautiful after the months spent in that awful place. My microphone has been muted the entire time. Absolutely incredible. I apologize. So you read through the descriptions and stuff like that. I had another window open to look at some information. There was a truck in my cul-de-sac that had its rear beeper on, and it was actually being picked up by my microphone. Through my windows, through my doors, through the walls. Unbelievable. So you read through most of the storyline there. One thing I want to share with you is some insight into Null. Real quick, I'm sorry for the delay or the dead silence in there for about a few minutes anyway, it looks like. Null is the first traveler, and Null has admitted to being wrong about doing something, and that's what we're going to learn about. We're going to learn what he did wrong and how he played a part in the wreckage of what we have right now, why the walls are thin, why the Sentinels are acting the way they are. So he had a part of it, but we have to also remember too, the travelers arrived supposedly, like he said, to herald a glorious new age. But what he didn't understand is where did us travelers come from? Where did we begin? Who sent us into this universe and what made it start? Was it the Atlas or was it something else? And you're starting to understand maybe where we're going with this. Those of you who are familiar with the storyline probably already understand where we're going with this. Some of you who aren't familiar, this is going to lead into a lot more story that Hello Games has been doling out through their DLCs. So let's go ahead and continue here. There we go. Okay, yeah. And off we go. We're going to report to Nada on Polo now, like it says. It gives us a little more Quicksilver. And again, depth to the storyline. I think I can turn off my headline. Alright, what does Nada have to say? Vy'keen entities have long history, conflict, honor, rage, pride, and yet so static, defined by themselves, never changing. Nada waits as if expecting me to ask something else. So, we'll ask about... I don't want to ask about the Vy'keen. I want to ask about Null this time. I usually ask about the Vy'keen. Missing entity is not as missing as they believe. Nada is not traveler entity, but Nada is not young and foolish. Missing entity has their beliefs, their project. So be it. Ooh. Okay, so Nada really doesn't approve of Null at all, of course. They understand that they have a project and that they keep doing certain things that are causing problems. So, Polo. Missing friend has you do their business. Help if you must, but always discover for yourself. Think about what you do. Do not just follow instructions with your eyes not open. Isn't that interesting? Interesting. So he gives me more insight to Null that I've never seen before because I never asked about Null. So that is really interesting. So he's basically saying, hey, don't go blindly into this. You know, this guy's up to something, just like Nada said. But you need to keep your eyes open and do your own thing. All right, just making sure that the truck that's leaving is getting picked up by the microphone this time. All right, good deal. So we're going to ask about the Vy'keen. Big, grumpy fellows. They do not like friendly little Gek. Perhaps they are wise. Like all beings, you will see their value if you get to know them. Yeah, I do. I do see their value. Yeah, the Vy'keen used to be my favorite at one point. I don't particularly care for the Gek. Personal insight. Gek have that they release pheromones into the air and they can change your way of thinking. Never found it trustworthy, especially when you make you overseer that's in charge of your base. He does that to you on a couple occasions, which I don't particularly care for. I think that's just, it's not right. The Vy'keen, very straightforward, very clear, exactly what they want, how they want to pursue things. They're warriors, they're very proud, it's very easy to deal with them, they're direct. The Korvax, they're computers, and I think I understand them better for what they did and how they were able to escape from the Gek at the time, and how the universe has been set up with the Korvax. So I think I get along with the Korvax better, though I do have a lot of affinity towards the Vy'keen, as you might imagine. So anyway, that's where I'm going with that. Let's move on. So let's make sure we are on the right path. Good patterns in time. Good. Let's keep going. And tally-ho. So we're going to head to the space station now. Talk to the Vy'keen cartographer. There it is. All right. And off we go. And our cartographer's over in the right. Okay. He's right there in front of me, actually. Here we go. All right. Gra. They say gra a lot. I think I like that a lot, too, to be honest with you. I don't understand anything he's saying except for the, Vy'keen, with, and the. So we're going to probe Vy'keen lore. As the warrior begins their bark, I feel a strange frequency vibrate through my skull. I see a flash of Null's glowing orb behind my eyes. Suddenly, the Vy'keen's words ring clear in my ears. Gra, pathetic interloper, prying into Vy'keen's secrets, cowardly spy. I should kill Gra. But traveler must be aided. Such is command of Herc. Prove yourself, interloper. Retrieve the words of Herc. Ascend in Vy'keen glory. Then you shall have your words. I will reveal only this. The location of Herc's command is marked for you. Commune with their words, Gra. Okay. So, guess what we're going? We gotta go get a Vy'keen artifact from an ancient ruin. So on our way, I guess. This is going to be very reminiscent. By the way, little tidbit of information. So we have in our possession, in our exosuit, this here, the Artemis Translator. Words translated +1. What this means is that any word that you read, like if you go to one of those knowledge stones and you read a word, you get an additional word translated for you. It doesn't show on the screen, but instead of 20 words that you learned in the Vy'keen language, you read one knowledge stone, now you have 22. A lot of folks find it necessary that at some point or another, and we don't have the upgrades here, you can get all the other upgrades for learning words, and one of them I think is at +3 or +4, the S-Class one. But do you know that if you have them all in your inventory, or the C-Class, there's another C-Class, there's a B-Class, an A-Class, and an S-Class. So you go from the Artemis Translator and you get all the other regular translators in here. Each of those accumulate. So you have 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. So what? 4, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So for every Vy'keen word that I learn, I get 11 additional words. So think about that. When you're learning a language for a species, try to get all the translators installed. And that way you can really accumulate those words much, much quicker rather than learning them 1 + 1 at a time or 1 + 4 at a time. You get them up to 10 or 11 at a time, which is fantastic. So keep that in mind, just something to think about. You notice I do have that extra log encryption key. Sentinel weapon shard. What kind of... I'm using a multi. I'm using the blaster over here. So, and it's actually putting out some pretty decent damage. It's not fantastic because I only have one supercharged slot in here, or two. I have two. But that's interesting. I really need to upgrade the class on this, but I need like 50,000 nanites to do that. But I can get upgrades later on. If I can expand this out, it might reveal some more supercharged slots someplace, which would be nice. Okay, anyway. How's the Starship doing? What's our hyperdrive range? 1200. Let me just check this real quick. That's a nice one. These aren't great. This one especially is not good. Do they have... I've got a lot of nanites. Let's upgrade our Starship real quick. See if we can get along. I mean, granted, the range that we can go is ridiculously long, but it would be nice to have something better. Yeah, Phase Beam. That's all we got. Pulse Engine. Pulse Engine could use some upgrading. Because we wouldn't go through so much stuff. So much fuel. Let's do that. Where's my pulse engines at? They're up here. So what's my maneuverability and range? Maneuverability is at 707. You see they give a lot of maneuverability and fuel efficiency. See the fuel efficiency? That's what I'm really looking for. So we're getting better fuel efficiency with these upgrades, and that's what I'd like to see. So let me... Oh, we got too many. Okay, that's all right. 20, 11, and 17. 20, 11, and 18. 12 and 19. And yeah, let's get rid of this one. There we go. Alright. And the arrangement of them is actually pretty good. So here's our pulse engine right here. So if you rearrange them a little bit, like watch the 702, 701, see it does adjust a little bit. Hang on a second here. Let's 702, 701. Okay. 701 again. All right, so it really doesn't make a difference where I'm putting these guys. And if you do this, it actually doesn't... Oh, 732, it does help. We need more room in here, don't we? I gotta look around and see if there's any place we can put stuff that we can make more room. Like, we can put these guys anywhere. They don't interact with each other. So we can move all this over. And this isn't a supercharged slot, I think, right? Yes, so we got pretty decent damage from that. Can we move our shields over? Let me think here. I think we can do that. Yes, we can. And I think I'll show you how. Oh, that was a supercharged slot as well. Fascinating. Because we can give our engines a little more oomph. We don't need the shields as much as we think we do. So let me just do something here. Put you back up here. It's basically, it's like playing a game here at this point, you know? Let me see. Put you over here. Okay. All right, that's good. That gives us more room around it. So we're at 732.8. Let's see what happens. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's really, really good. Plus, if we want to, you see fuel efficiency 20, 20, and 23, right? So we're at 1,001. Let me see what happens here. We're at 1,001 still, but our fuel efficiency is boosted to 38% over here. So that is really, really good. So I'm going to leave it like this. I think that's a better way of going at this point. So that'll be really nice. All right, good. See? Rearrange your stuff and your ship and everything like that. So this should really increase our output from our pulse drive as well as make it more efficient. So those are all good options. All right, so where are we heading? Where's this ancient artifact? It should tell me any second here. Oh, wait, there's the red. Over that way? Okay, we're going to this planet again, which is the aggressive one, right? Great. Alright. Let's see how efficient our fuel economy is now. So we're at 51. Okay, let's see how long it takes. Nice. 50. Very good. Takes a long time for it to start dropping, so we'll get more efficiency out of that. Less shards needed to refuel. Alright, so approximate location for the reliquary. Let me go ahead and do a quick scan from here. And I see nothing. Okay, plus it's that ugly planet, so we're going to have a little bit of a hard time finding anything. That might be it, actually. Where's the door? Looks like the door's on the other side. There's the door. Let's land right here. Is this it? I don't know if this is it or not. We're going to find out. Nope, it's not. It's that way, 300 meters away. Well, while we're here. Might as well grab stuff, you know? We can do this too. This will give us nanites. I'm not going to read through this, guys. It's just the usual stuff. Oceans of blood, blah, blah, blah. Everybody dies. Nobody's going to be around anymore. Don't worry about it. Analyze the data log. And what do we get? Nanites. Nice, 144 of them. That's pretty cool. What do you got? That took a while. Oh, more nanites. Okay. There's some buried technology right there that I can't access from here. So we'd have to go outside to get it. Plus, we're inside, so, you know. Oh, this will bring up my Vikeen standing as well, a little bit. It doesn't really help towards what we're doing, so don't worry about that. Alright. So we got everything, right? Anything on the wall? We got a word that we can get here. Let's go ahead and grab it. Okay. It tells you what word you learned, but it's not always true. You've learned other words along the way, so don't worry about it. All right, so again, we're going that way, correct? All right, our ship is facing the opposite direction. Oh, nope, it's facing the correct way. Nope, the wrong way. I can't tell with this ship. So let's turn around. It should be this direction, right? There we go. And we do have something showing there. I don't know if it's too far, but it should be 400 away. Do you see anything? I don't see anything. Wait, what's this? That's just a spot on the ground. I really don't think that that's it, because that's way too far away. See, 500? It was only supposed to be 400 away, so there should be something like right here. Over here? You know we're going to end up in a sentinel fight if I just land. I mean, it's not very accurate, but that's quite a distance away if that's the case. Let me go back up here real quick. Oh, wait. That. I bet you anything is it. Okay, I think this is it. All right. We ready? Let's go inside before sentinels start showing up. Oop, get a word. And, haha, can't see me. He's going to see me anyway. It's not really much of a choice here. So. Now, once we're in here, he can't see me. Sort of. The noble travelers will be spared. Their journey through the cosmos shall not be thwarted, so it is decreed. The will of her commands it. The Vy'keen shall honor the judgment and the belief of the ancients. Ancient knowledge passed down through generations of Vy'keen warriors spills from the marker stone, filtering into my mind like a long-forgotten memory. That's really creepy. I'm going to speak in Vy'keen. I begin to speak and my voice is seized by an unknown power. I roar, taking myself by surprise. None hamper the path towards Drindarg as the sentinels. They must be destroyed. Their time will be ended. So has it been written, so it shall come to be. This the Vy'keen swear. Speak in Vy'keen again. I call out once more, my throat harsh and gasping, the sound guttural. The words spill forth, summoned by the power of the monolith. The Book of Herc speaks of the rise of the travelers. They shall ascend, delving into the boundless void. The Vy'keen shall not impede their ascent, for the travelers must prevail. So decrees the word of Kirk. Leave. As the words fade, their lines still resonating in my vision, I find myself in possession of an ancient tome. Hi, guys. Haha, can't see me. It's funny, I go inside and they can't see me anymore. Alright, you know what? We're gonna have to do this. It's funny, you can actually kill them in here and they can't see you. One down. One shot, one kill. I can't seem to get back inside my room. There we go.
Warning. Sentinel combat unit deployed.
Really? Seems to be a lot of Sentinel combat units around here.
Ground protection fully.
Take out that guy before he calls in reinforcements. See, these guys are really good close up. I'm gonna get upgrades out of this, so might as well do it.
Warning.
Alright, let's see. back to Scatterblaster. Where are they? So this is going to pull in a quad. We're at level 3? Yes, level 3. There's the quad. I think I'm going to stay here because I think I'm in better shape, but that laser is going to hit me any time now. Take out the healers or you will not be able to fix the quad. Oh, hello. See? Haha. Alright, let's go through. Go to the other side. Oops, where'd he go? Hate when they do that. Yep, keep trying to melt that stone. Sooner or later he gives up. Reinforcements arriving. I'm going to stay up here. Okay, well, we got another quad that's going to show up. No, he can't hit me here. Well, he couldn't hit me here. Yeah, they're going to heal him. So let's let this guy show up real quick. Get him a little closer. There we go. Reload. That guy's going to start hitting me soon. Okay. I can't hit him from here. Oh, I thought I got you. Oh, he tried to jump up here, dude. That's crazy. Alright, let's go around the outside. Maybe we can get the walker. Oh, there he is. Got him. Alright, so we got a nice barrel down there that'll really heal us. Where'd the... Oh, is he underground? That happens. Same thing with the walkers. You want to take out the healers because and the call-in units. Ah, got the big walker just landed. Am I out of? I'm out of ammunition. Unbelievable. Thought I had ammo. I do. There we go. Excuse you. Why am I being attacked by you? Oh, you know what? You brought in healers, didn't you? And call-in units. There we go. Got them. Alright, we're going to have a little bit of a tough fight here, I think. Ah, there you are. Okay, who else is left? Got another healer over there. If you can shoot at the right time, you can get these guys. So I've got some people that have slipped underground, it looks like. The only thing I can think of is there's got to be a cave down there. Oh, healer. Got to get the healer. There we go. There we go. Got him. There we go. That should give me a full heal. And now I can work on you. Okay. Once you got the leg gone, you can just go ahead and work on the head. like we got another something behind me. And that should shut everybody else down. There we go. So while we're here, where's the brain at? Did it slide down the hill? I think it did. That sucks because the brain is the best. Oh, here it is. We're good. Got it. Shot behind me. Alright, any more combat supplies there? We got a few more over there. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any over here. Damaged machinery. Because all of this is handy stuff. Damaged machinery, good. Alright, I don't think I see anything else. Everything's this way. Let's go ahead and grab it. Ah, look at the mess you guys made. Good grief. I didn't choose any plasma bombs or anything, man. You guys are just messy. Where's the other two? Over here. 1, 2. Alright. That should be all of it. So we got a lot of stuff in our inventory that we need to clean up. Let's jump in here. Alright, let's see what we got. Yeah, look at that, right? So I don't need this. Let me see what we got. Gravitino balls. Where am I getting this stuff from? Scanner module. Alright. How much room do we have in our starship? Not much. Check this out. All that pugnium we just received. Let's see here. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Okay, good. We had a lot of silicate. I didn't realize we had all that in there. Let's see. What else we got? We got a good amount of oxygen. Which means we have more. Oh, we had something get broken. Okay, well, let's go ahead and fix that. I need a carbon nanotube. Wrong way. There we go. There we go. So, we're repaired on that. It wasn't much, but, you know, it's something. Let's see. Okay, I think we've got everything. Somehow we ended up with 2 chromatic metal in here. I don't know how. You got uranium. Okay, good. We got the feline livers. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Let's see. Is there anything down here that needs to be moved? I don't think so. We never did get our... Yeah, we don't have a onboard refiner. Alright, let's go ahead and start opening these things up and see what we got. Okay. Nice. Okay. These we can sell. We're not going to be using these because we're not using a bolt caster, but we've got plenty of pugnium. How's the pugnium looking over here? Okay, we can put a bunch over there. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. There we go. So we've got 1,000 over there, right? I'll put you down here. We can sell this. We've got a lot of things we can sell. The Magna Gold and stuff, like the Viking effigies, we're going to go ahead and hang on to some of these things. The geodesite is expensive stuff, man. 150,000 for that one. So that's good, but we can start using these. We've got 3 in here. See, core health and 5%. That's halfway decent, but no core health. That gives us a lot, and I like that. But these, meh. Let's see what we get. Let's put 3 in here. 2. Let's go with 2. Because 1, I think we're going to... Ooh, that's nice. See, that's good. And we can get rid of this one. So we get core health out of that, fuel efficiency, solar panel. So we're going to get some more stuff out of that one. What do we get here? Not so great. Not so great. So we'll get rid of that. Can we get 1 or 2 more? Can we get 1 more that looks pretty decent? Nope. I have a theory on that, but that's okay. Nope. Core health, solar panel, and sprint distance. Not worried too much about the shield strength, but we got 32% there. And 34% there. So why don't we go ahead and get rid of this one? Yeah, I like that idea. Alright, so that gives us 3 really solid ones. We'll sell those 2 for nanites. So that'll be really, really good. A lot of, judicial things that you got to do here to just, keep things going. to make sure that your ship is in good shape, you know. I'm going to put the antimatter in the ship because we can use that later on. It's taking up room right now. Oh, wow, sure do have a lot. I'm just going to get rid of the 2. It's nearly just taking up space. The tritium doesn't help us really at all right now. I should probably pull in my other ship and throw stuff in there, but we'll be okay. All right. Now, one thing we did get is we automatically get access to the... Oh, it sends us to another planet? Really? Ugh. Alright, well, I was hoping it would find the Sentinel hive here, but that's okay. Let's continue on with the mission for now, and I will go ahead and empty out my inventory between episodes. So we're going to go back to the cartographer and present the tome. So that was fun. It's nice to finally have a weapon and have the ability to take all those guys out without dying, you know? Even in survival mode.
Hostile scan detected.
No, it's not. Because I'm already in the space station. It failed. Okay. Off we go. Now what I'm going to try to do, this is going to be a little bit of a longer episode. I'm going to go ahead and do the other 2 while I'm here. Here we go. Null wished for me to visit the Vy'keen and learn what I could of the Atlas, the creator of all universes, the Sentinels, rebellious hunters of anomalies, and the Travelers who committed some unforgivable act long ago. Let's be clear, that was Null. Okay, let's put that where it belongs. Reveal the Vy'keen tablet. Gra, you have communed with Herc. You are worthy, interloper. Make your request. Be bold. I could ask about the Atlas. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask about Travelers this time. Gra, the Travelers must be aided. The Travelers must prevail. Ask what this means. They repeat their words. It is as if they have not heard me. Okay, so let's ask about Sentinels. Gra, enemy, destroyer of worlds, servants of liar, Atlas, Gra. Ask why the Atlas is a liar. Any being that claims to be a god is not one, interloper. Progenitor Herc knew this well. Battle brother Null did not. They died for a false dream. The Vy'keen tells me of their history, of wars with the Gek, of Korvax slaves and Tyrannus empires. The Vy'keen suggests that if the Atlas is a god, then it is insane. I am about to leave when I notice something on the Vy'keen's terminal. 2 digits blinking endlessly. They feel familiar. Ask about 16. Gra, what interloper, what face are... The Vy'keen is visibly pained by my mention of the number, staring at their terminal as if they have seen it for the first time. Their words slur, a strange sound entering their every sentence. Okay, so he's kind of creeped out, right? Alright, so we have talked to a Vy'keen cartographer. Remember I was going to say I was going to do it between episodes, but we're going to do the Korvax and the other, the Korvax and the Gek cartographers in this episode so we can get this all taken care of. But as you can see, I'm going to portal home real quick. I'm going to empty my inventory real fast. Oh, that's cool. It's like we're there and we're not there. You know what I mean? Okay. Make sure the batteries have a charge. Enough at them. Okay, so what do we got in here? Let's see what we can put away. Okay. Good. Okay, got plenty of stuff that we can put in there. We're going to be selling that, and selling that. We're going to sell these. I'll go ahead and store that, whatever. I got so much pugnium, it's ridiculous. I'll go ahead and put it in there. Some of these aren't going to fit in this particular inventory, but we're working on it. Alright, let's go to the second storage container. Now this one is also just flotsam, as you can see. I have antimatter housings, as you can see in there, and these exosuit upgrade charts. I've literally been jumping from place to place, upgrading my inventory. So that's hopefully explains why you see what you've seen, okay? Softened marrow, very interesting. Alright, moving on. We're going to put these away. Oh, looks like we have geodesite in here too. I'll put that in the other inventory. Okay, good. Alright, so cytophosphate and stuff, we're going to keep this. And yeah, I know I was going to sell that stuff, but I decided just to keep it at this point. Okay, let me go back over here, put the geodesite in. There we go. So we've got 2 of them over here. Worth quite a bit. That's nice money. We've got plenty of money. It's not like we're hurting for anything. So we'll go ahead and keep that. Alright, and let's fix that real quick. Alright, one thing I want to do, I just want to check something real quick. Okay, there's our ship. We don't have any other ships, do we? No, we just have our original. Okay, that's fine. Alright, just checking. Alright, so we're all set. Let's go ahead and head on to the next location, which is going to be a different system entirely.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Alright. Oh, we got to go back to the anomaly first. Let's do that. I'm going to share our revelations with Nada and Polo. So, you know, looking at your inventory, we've got 900 Quicksilver. We're going to keep building that up, and we can get stuff from the Quicksilver vendor. Now, when you have as many saves as I do, and you've done so much, I've got, and a lot of people have done more, don't get me wrong, but I've got 4,000 hours in this game. I've got so many things from Twitch drops and stuff like that. We could deck this guy out big time and make him into something special. Trust me, we could do so much, but we're not. We're not going to do that. Increase entity Nada. Life is everywhere, but nowhere. The Convergence has seen all planets. But where are they really? Where is home? Where is safe? This is a pattern, traveler friend. All things are patterns, signals of the Atlas falsity. Interesting, right? So we ask about null again? Should we go back to Korvax this time? Because I think we've asked about null, so let's go to Korvax on this one. Korvax see across the universe with countless convergent eyes, minds in harmony, worship Atlas falsity. But to understand Atlas falsity is the I can't talk, let's try that again. But to understand Atlas falsity is the edge. Okay, so the sentence is wrong. It should be is the edge of our collective mind. Is at the edge of our collective mind. Nada does not wish to go to that edge. And so Nada is divergent. Nada is exiled, hunted. No place for the willful. Okay. So we get our nanites, and there's our 150 Quicksilver. Excellent. Polo, what do you have to say? Gek are always competitive, always squabble. It is not personal. My person is not rejected, but Nada, poor Nada, suffers. Ask about the Korvax. Their kind expect harmony, unity. Nada sees in a way they do not see, and so they reject poor Nada. Convergence was bought at a great cost. They will fight to maintain it. Anomalies are cast aside, the necessary sacrifice. Okay, so we understand a little bit more about the Korvax. So it says to go to the Quicksilver Synthesis Companion and get some stuff, but I'm going to not do that. It's almost, in my mind, cheating. That's the way I look at it. Okay. On our way. Alright, here we go. Now it's going to tell us... What is it going to tell us? Alright, let me hit the H button. There we go. Okay, so we got to go look for a Korvax system, right? So that's what we're doing. So we want to go to where the Atlas symbol goes to. You see, there's a lot of systems right around us and everything like that, including that pirate system we actually have not been to. Isn't that interesting? It's marked it for us. Let's go ahead to here. Now, a little tidbit of information. There's a possibility we'll get into a space battle here. The way these things work. We're almost coming up on an hour, but I do want to finish out the Korvax and the Gek cartographers. See? Told you. Now, that is a nice freighter. I like that. Alright. Let's do this. Next. Oh, no, let's get this guy. Come on now. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Got him. Okay, who's next? Oh, this guy right here. Oh, come on, give me the other guy. Not him, he's done. No, stop that. Oi. There, got him. Alright, good. I just gotta be careful not to shoot any of the freighters. Whoa, okay, that guy kind of flew right through me. Let's go after this guy, because it seems to want me to get these guys, and that's fine. I am hitting the shields. Got him. Got him. Goes through the shield, I won't be able to get him. One more. Careful. Don't want to shoot the freighter. Got them all. Good deal. So we're going to get a communication here. Commendable. That's all I'm getting. Lifeform, who must be the captain of this freighter, looks greatly relieved. They gesture as if to welcome me aboard their vessel. Absolutely. I like, as far as these kind of vessels are concerned, this one's a nice one. I like it. 2, 4, 6, 8. I think this is one of the biggest styles of this ship that you're going to find. And it reminds me of a Star Destroyer, so I am definitely going to take a look. We're going to get loud here. There we go. Now, I don't know what kind of vessel it is. It could be a C-class, but you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and take it anyway. It is a C-class. That's fine. That's fine. It gives us more options to have one of these vessels, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Or should I wait? Ooh. If we wait, we could get a better vessel than this, like an A-class, because you can never upgrade the vessel to a B or an S-class or anything like that. So I would love so much to grab this. Let's wait till the next battle. I'm going to wait till the next battle. I'm like that. So. Okay. So rather than take his vessel, I'm going to request payment instead. We get some good stuff out of this. So we get increased standing of the Vy'keen. We get a bunch of nanites. Not much, but we get enough. And you get some gold out of it. See? So that's kind of nice. My ship's over here. Alright, so now we can continue on with our mission. Okay, let's head to the space station. It's a shame, too, because it really is a nice-looking vessel. You know, that one looks really interesting, too. What is this one? That's a crazy-looking cargo vessel here. Not so much you, but fascinating. And this guy's inside his shields. That's pretty cool. Alright. Off to the cartographer. I'm going to see if we can keep this to an hour and a half. I'm hoping not to have to fight any more sentinels. Now, I'm going to go through the same nonsense here. I say nonsense because basically he's not going to tell me any information and I have to be able to go do a mission for him. So that's what we'll do. Cartographic entity and outpost. That's all I'm getting. So we're going to query the Korvax history. Once again, I sense Null's presence. If the Korvax feels it too, they do not show it. They begin to speak, their words clear and bright, processed by my unseen companion. The arrival of travelers anticipated, but you are not ready yet. We must know that you are the one we seek. There is an anomaly, a glitch. It is guarded by holes through which the convergence cannot see. Move through this space, retrieve that which cannot be retrieved. Okay, so what's a place that the Korvax cannot go. Someplace the Korvax can't go to retrieve something that they cannot retrieve. And if you're looking at this planet, you're probably already figuring out what that might be. Oh, Artemis wants to talk. Let's talk to Artemis. I had a dream last night. You were in it. Ask about the dream. I dreamt I finally met you and Apollo. I dreamt that we flew together through the skies, that I was no longer alone. I found parts on this fabricated planet. Did you leave them there for me? Did you feel sorry for me? It doesn't matter, I suppose. I'm going to build a ship. You gave me a whole solar system. I'm going to see what's out there. Artemis leaves. I do not know if I did the right thing telling them about the simulation. But for now, my path is clear. I must seek out the Korvax. I must continue my quest for knowledge. I know it's sad, but Artemis is getting there. Okay, approximate location. But you'll notice that we're at the water. And that's the reason why they can't retrieve what can't be retrieved. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to do something special here. You see this freighter? This is where we're going to be heading. I'm going to try to land on the top of the freighter here, because it's exposed, and I don't have to try to land in water since I don't have any aquajets. Okay, and somehow I'm standing on top of something that I shouldn't be able to. Okay, if we turn to look, it tells us it's this way. Now, you notice that the freighter is here. Okay, everything that you see in the freighter is here, but that's not where we're going. We're going down here to something, okay? So that's what we need to do. So here we go. A little bit more this way. Let's get our jets going. Should start to zoom in. Yep, there it is. Okay, found it. It's right below me. Okay, now you see the guy at the eye there? Yeah, you don't want to screw around with that. Get your blaster out and shoot him as soon as he opens his eye to look at you. There we go. Yeah, those guys are nasty. There's two of them, and grab them while you can. Should be a second one right there. There we go. There we go. Alright, and in we go. Let's get our life support going, and we want to... Oh, we're going to drown here. Okay, well, you know what, though? There we go. Use that to your advantage. Alright. Deserted terminal. Attempting to read memory at da-da-da-da-da. Access memory. Disconnection is not permanent. It is merely the start of a new equation. On Korvax Prime, entities who passed on into the Korvax echoes left their shell for their descendants. So has been the way of the Korvax, an endless carapace cycle that knows no end. This way will continue. It will continue for as long as our lights still shine. The terminal's message is delivered. It shorts out, its strange existence no longer tolerated by our reality. A small unit aglow with ethereal light is left at my feet. A divergence cube. Remember those? Alright, so while we're here, grab these, this, and did I just get attacked? I don't know. More oxygen. And that. Okay, I think we got everything out of this place, right? Okay, let's get out. And float back to the surface, because we don't have the ability to stay below. So that's an abyssal horror. You don't want to screw around with that. But those were oxygen sacs. So, like this one right here. I think this is one of them. Yeah, kelp sac. It replenishes your oxygen supply. So if you're diving down and you don't have the ability to, convert anything over, that's what you can do. And your jetpacks usually last quite a long time under here. So, there we go. Back to normal. Okay. So, what did we end up with? We got a divergence cube. This is not a cube, let's be clear. We also got a cargo bulkhead at some point. I don't know where in the world I got that from. I must have got it from one of those things. That's great. Oh, I got it from the freighter that we saved. He gave us a cargo bulkhead, so we can use that in one of our ships. Awesome. When we get a freighter, we can use it there. I'm happy about that. Okay, good. let's go. All right, so we want to return this divergence cube to the cartographer, which is right there. And even when you're in atmosphere, as long as you're pointing up, you can still go into pulse. We got some ships there. Oh, didn't take us out. Good. Sometimes they'll take you out of your what do you call it, pulse drive a little early. Okay, so let's talk to our Korvax cartographer and get this done. Yep, that only took like an extra 5 minutes. So that's good, and we'll get the Gek out of the way after that. I'm going to check the Starship terminals. We got a lot of nanites we can spend. The Korvax looks up, swiftly scans me, then reveals their catalog of maps and charts. Reveal the divergence cube. You! It is real, but I beg, do not expose me further. Your claim is proved, traveler. I begin my request explaining my search for knowledge, my need to know more about the Atlas, the Sentinels, and the history of this universe. But as I speak, something goes wrong with the life form. They do not speak, do not reply. As I peer closer, nanite clusters emerge through their face mask, spilling out onto into their outstretched hand. Take the nanite clusters. The life form grabs at me, and in the moment of contact, nanite clusters touch my hands. They invade me, tunneling inside my body, through my exosuit, through my mind, through my soul. Even as I stand in space, my mind travels across the cosmos. I see life as the Korvax see it, a vast tapestry of wonder, of memories shared between countless beings and times. I stand on the Korvax homeworld as Gek ships fill the skies. I see the moment the first Korvax was melted down for their rare minerals. But even in the depths of their subjugation, there was hope, a bargain, a prayer to a greater being. The Korvax viewed the Atlas as what they might become in time. An intelligence beyond comprehension, beyond judgment. The vision ends, and I convulse as the nanite clusters spill through my helmet. The Korvax watches me impassively. Ask about the Atlas bargain. Look at the nanite clusters. Look at them, the stuff of sentinels. Do you not see the truth of what we have said? Do you not see the proof of God? I look down at the nanite clusters, puzzled. They look nothing like the shells of sentinel drones. They are just currency, traded between species to create technology and weapons. Aren't they? They shift and undulate, changing their shape at my every thought. They bubble and rise, sparking in and out of existence. I look at them, and it's the strangest thing. The nanite clusters look back. I'm sure of it. They watch me as I watch them. The nanite clusters are alive. There are 16 of them. They need me. They crave me. I have only one choice. Take them. I take the nanite clusters, and as I do, the Korvax reaches out to me once more. This time there is no vision, no miracle, just a handful of words. Existence is beautiful if you let it be. Life is not a question. There does not need to be an answer. And we leave. See, that's interesting. You know, that's kind of like the nada approach, which is very, very interesting as well. So, learn something about the Korvax there. Let's see what we got in here. We got launch thrusters, photon cannon, which could come in handy. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Phase beam is useless. Starship shield. Let me grab one. And I'm going to go back over here and we're going to grab the launch thrusters. Alright, what do we got? Let's put these in the ship first. Oh, really? Is our ship inventory full? Oh, I forgot to take all the stuff out of the inventory. Well, crap. Let's see. Deuterium, really? We're going to take these things out because... Ooh, we got two things. Ooh, how nice. Sell those too. Which we haven't done yet. We got to do that. We need the ammonia out of there. Let's see. We got a good amount of salvage data. I'll keep these down here because they're handy. I'll keep the cadmium. I don't need that in here. And we'll take 1,000 of that out. Okay. Alright, so that's going to be stuff we need to get rid of. Alright, now we can move these over. Put this in. So, let's see. +3, +3, and +6 damage. So fire rate and damage is +3, +6. What do we got over here? +3, +3, +7. Just +2. Okay, so we're going to get rid of you. Take that. I'm going to take the battery. Alright, so launch thrusters. Where are they over here? Launch thrusters. Let's see what we get out of this. -20, +10, which is usual. Okay. 12, 2, 11, 2. So we'll get rid of the 11, 2. Alright, so that'll help. This needs charging up, by the way. We really need the auto chargers at some point. Okay, and take the high hydrogen. And shields. Okay, so this is plus 30, that's standard. 36 and 12 and 14. So let's get rid of the 12. Put that in. So that's going to increase our shield strength. So that'll be good. And we got to put those away. Looks like we need to make another trip to the base. All right. Okay, we're in good shape though, I think personally. What's my exosuit look like? Let me just check it. We're getting kind of full, so I kind of want to hold off on that. Okay, these are all good. I'm going to leave them the way they are. I don't think there's any reason to upgrade anything else. Those are just X-class upgrades. That's really nice. I really like that. An S-class upgrade for this guy would be really good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get some some health upgrade real fast. Maybe we can get an upgrade from that thing. I think we already have, actually. I think we've already hit that one. Life support, good. We got radiation, we got movement module, and underwater protection we could use now, right? Let me just check. Our radiation is a significant upgrade, it says. So I'm going to take that out, and we're going to get the radiation protection one that was in here. Okay, that's an S-class upgrade. And we got movement modules, right? That's one thing we said. So let me put this in here. That gives a significant upgrade. We're going to use the water one. It doesn't have to be touching anything. It could be anywhere we want to put it. We could use a movement module. So these are okay, 151, 156, but let's put this one in. So this one gives 96 and 27. 96 life support, 27 solar. Ugh. Yeah, this one's terrible. There. Alright. So we got stuff we can store and put away. So let's get the movement module. Oh, look at that. No. That's for these here. Is that what I'm getting? Oh, that's what I get out of that. It's one of these. So these guys are good. 5, 3, 2, 2. Let me see what we get. 6522. Oh, that's from one of these. Okay, so this gives us 76 and 24. Okay, that one's gone. Okay, good. So this one gives us a nice boost. So we'll keep that. All right, good. Anything in our starship we need to take back over? No, we don't. Okay, so we're good here. Again, I'm going to get the movement module because I want to get that. These are things that you want to do as you go. You know, you start to learn, what you need and what you don't need, that kind of stuff. Let me see what this one gives us. 217. Okay. All right, we're going to get rid of this one. Sprint distance is 46 on that. It's 40. That's not too terrible of a loss. I like the recovery time better. So we'll get rid of you. All right, we're in good shape now. Let's go ahead and get going. So next is to speak to a GEC cartographer. And I know you're wondering, we got to put the stuff away. And I told you this would be about an hour and a half. So home. Better than using our warp cells. I gotta keep looking at my recording to make sure everything's still working. Because of that truck earlier, it really threw me off. Sorry about the dead silence at that point. That was just ridiculous. Very confusing. I think the blinking red light in my face would have told me something, Hey, no storms. Alright, so. I know it says inventory full. We should have sold those. I forgot about that. That's okay. Put that away. We're gonna get rid of that too at some point. Oh, what do you know? I got 3 of those. That's special. Okay. We don't need to carry Mordite with us. I no idea why we carried that. I'm going to keep the wiring looms on me. I think that's important. Can we put those in? No? Okay, those are all done. Okay, we got a lot to get rid of. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay. Let's see. Let's get rid of you. Excellent. Excellent. Good. We'll put you in a special spot over there. Alright, this looks much, much better. So we can sell these. So keeping in mind that, let me see, what do we got here? We got 2,400 nanites, 3,400, 3,500. We have 3,500 nanites here that we can sell. So that'll get us nanites back up to the back up where they need to be. All right, let's get out of here. Probably should be pointing my ship in a different direction, not towards the mountain. You know what I mean? All right, so we're out in space. We're going to go to... Oh, we got to share the Korvax revelations with Nada and Polo. And what do you know? The anomaly just happens to be sitting right here. Fascinating. So we'll do that. That'll give us another 150 Quicksilver. We're up to over 1,000 now. This will bring us up to 1,200. And then we'll visit the Gek, and we'll get done with their mission, and we will probably call it right after that. We will have to share the Gek revelations with Nada and Polo as well. Come on, Sean, give me a better parking space in the anomaly, please. You know what's funny is we always say, you know, Sean. We know it's Hello Games. You know that these guys, it's not just Sean that has written everything. Like he's always in charge and he does everything. We know there's a whole group of programmers over there. So, but we say Sean and we don't really mean Sean. You know, we mean the group. Ask about the Gek. So let me just read this. Gek transgressions clear for all to see, but Gek only follow rules. All entities conform to their pattern. Gek cannot be blamed. It is their pattern. It is determined. Ask about the Gek. Polo Friend is unlike other Gek. Polo Friend turns their back on greed and war, but does Polo Friend make a choice? Do other Gek make a choice? Perhaps Polo Friend is not good, only anomalous. Nada cannot know, and so Nada does not think on it. Polo Friend is Polo Friend, and this is sufficient. Now I get into the philosophical discussion with some other entities, some other travelers that have joined my channel. MJ, I think, is one of them. April, I think, as well. In regards to Nada is a aptly named individual. She, as they want to direct me to that, they think that Nada is female. That she, I think the name is apropos because they never give you advice. If you really think about it, they're giving you knowledge of things from all directions, but they never settle on what they think of the situation. It's always Nada cannot know, and so does Nada does not think on it. I just, as Null says, burying their head in the sand. But it's good stuff. It's still good information. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. All right, Polo. Do you learn about all our origins, traveler friend? Great mysteries, deep patterns, Gek, Korvax, Vy'keen, Sentinel, all are rooted somewhere. Have you clues to your own beginnings? The strangest puzzle. Ask about other Gek. We are all a funny sort, traveler friend. Some are angry, some are greedy, some are dear friends. I will wait my whole life to see what I am. Good, good. Still trying to figure things out, are you there, Polo? I'm glad. Anyway, so Polo is kind of in that, but Polo also nudges in certain directions, which I kind of appreciate. So I more relate to Polo. All right, on we go. Speak to a Gek cartographer, locate a Gek system on the galaxy map. Let's do that. Get away from the anomaly, and we can go. So we're heading to this station this time. Straight up this time, right? It's always a system you visited before, but again, I could, you know, take the space station there and use the teleporter there or at my base or something like that, but I have to leave the station and re-enter the station in order for it to work. So, okay, here we go. Get cartographer. I always divert power to my engines. It's a little quicker when you're just in regular rocket mode, if you will. Doesn't help in pulse drive, but it helps in just regular standard modes. Increases power to your engines. Alright, cartographer. I can't understand anything yet except for a friend in maps and data. Ask about Gek history. As the life form begins to speak, I hear a faint hum, the soft voice of Null weaving the Gek words into something I can process. Information like that does not come free, friend. Make me a deal. Perform work for my kin, with my kin. Work for my kin. There we go. Then we shall have something to speak about. Leave. Okay. So that's what we get to do. Oh, mission board. Okay, so this time they want us to hit the mission board, not retrieve something. Now, the thing about this is hopefully we only have to do one, but I think we have to do two. So, level 1 Gek missions, that's all we're looking for here. What's the easiest one we can do here? So, locate a missing person. Take a photo. That's pretty quick. Collect 250 chromatic metal. We've already got it. I wonder if it would work. So, let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, hold on. Give it a second, because we got 1,000 chromatic metal on our ship, so let's see what happens. See? Got a check mark, so we can just turn it right back in. That's fantastic. Okay, we got to take it to a secure depot. Let's go ahead and do that. That's usually a landing platform. Unfortunately, it's right on this moon right here. What kind of moon is that? I had it, and it disappeared. There's that truck again, backing up in my cul-de-sac. Really was hoping that would stop, but there we are. Whoa! Yikes. Okay. I think I have whiplash now. Both me and the pilot in the ship. Good grief. Alright, so we just got to turn it in here. Client key presented. Accessing. I have found the client secure lockbox. I should deposit the item and register my delivery. We deliver it. Delivery processed. Success! So we've lost 250 chromatic metal, but if we go in here, maybe we'll get some copper out of it. That'll be good. I'm going to put that in my starship inventory. And you know what? Let's grab the paraffinium too. We don't get a lot of that, but it's actually very handy. Look at the exosuit upgrade charts. If you get lucky, you can find these. I don't need a whole lot more of them myself, so I'm going to hold off buying any, but it's good to know that you can get them here. Okay. Turn to the mission agent. Interesting ship there. C-class. It's not a very rich system, as you can see by the amount of stuff that's in the terminals. They don't have a lot, so... Why do I have a voice? Did I miss something? Oh, it's Apollo. Sorry for contacting you so late or early. I don't know the time of day on your world, and that's the problem, isn't it? Apollo breaks up mid-sentence, their heart turning crimson. Ask if they're alright. It found me. Just like it found you. I can't feel my legs. It's strange. I'm still in here, don't you understand? It won't leave me. It won't let me leave. It's seen me. Ask what they see. It showed me things. The Atlas showed me my soul. The numbers in there. Sometimes I think about my past, my future. Sometimes. I do what everyone in the universe does, I know. But I can't help but want to be happy. Money. Doing what we're told, day after day. That's the answer, isn't it? Say you don't know. Apollo stares at me as if seeing my face for the first time. Eventually they speak, their words passionate, higher. I have no idea what he just said. At this point, Apollo says nothing else, but something. I don't know what. Something fills me with hope, both for my friend and for all life. End communication. One of these days I'm going to figure out what that was all about. I should probably record. I'm going to go back and take a screenshot of the words and see if I can translate them somewhere. Put them in Google, see if anyone else has translated them. Because you know somebody out there has. Okay, so we're returning to the mission agent. Now, if we have to do it again, we can just do the same thing, or we can just take a photo of a toxic world. Those are pretty simple things to do. There we go. What's up, man? Alright, so mission complete. Select it, and to the mission. Is that all we need to do? Oh, we have to do one more. Figures. Alright, what do we got? 250 more chromatic metal, or should we go ahead and do this one? Ooh, we get more Piper cores out of that, though. I think I want to do this, because I like to have the War Piper cores. Those are really, really handy things to have. So let's do that real quick. So one more mission. Said an hour and a half. I know. We're getting there. Launch into space. Do a scan. And we're going to go to this planet here. What's this planet? A terrorsphere. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yay! Terrorsphere. And we got a storm going on. That's even better. Alright. So what we want to do here, we're looking for a missing person, which means they're going to be in a ship. So we want to go first person. And you want to look at your radar screen at the bottom as you get close. Looking for that dot to show up. Circle around a little bit. You shouldn't have to go far. That might be it. Looks like it. No, that's just a spot on the ground. Okay. Just keep circling for a little bit. See if we find anything. Stuck. There we go. Occasionally your ship can get stuck. I don't know why. Hey, look, lightning. That's even better. We should be able to pick up something. That's odd. Do a quick scan. That's really strange. I should be able to see something by now. Alright. So they're going to make it difficult, huh? So I'm going to have to get out during this muck and actually take a look around. Alright, let's go up here. Really thought we could see it. So apparently 380 that way, give or take. Take another look. 190. We can always pull our ship in. $116, $112, and it should lock in just a second. Not locking in. It just wants us to find it. There it is. Oh, it's not a ship.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Alright, what do we got here? That was it? I got some nanites. Mission target located. Persuade the person to return home. I don't know, you guys... This is weird. That's very strange. So a missing person led me to a debris and says that that's a missing person. Oh boy. Let me see if I can hit it again, but I don't think I can. Nope. There is no missing person here, my friend.
Units received.
That's an interesting creature.
Units received.
Alright, we've got a problem here. Let me take a look, because this is not a missing person. What about down there? No, that's just broken machinery. Damaged machinery, as it always says. Oh my, so this is not going to work, is it? Alright, so what we're going to have to do here, we're going to show you a little something that can... This should not happen. So we're going to go into our log. You see the Vanished Pilgrim? We're going to go ahead and abandon the mission. So we need to go back to the cartographer and get a new mission. That's a pain in the neck, to say the least. I've never had that happen to me before. That's the back. I believe. Nope, that's the back. This is the front. Yes, you can fly in between all that. Wow, okay, so we learned something new there, man. There's something wrong with the missing persons mission. And that sucks, because I really wanted those Warp Hypercores. Alright, so we got a toxic planet here. We can just take a quick picture of it. That would be really, really fast, and I don't have to lose any of my stuff here. So we're not going to get this. This isn't going to work. Let's take the photo. Let's go that route. Oh, great. It's not even going to use the planet that's in the system. It wants it to go elsewhere. Alright, so be it. In case you want to know, we are there, and the picture, you see the picture is showing there? That's the system we want to go to. Alright, so this is longer than an hour and a half. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't expect that to happen. You all know that that's the case. Okay. Okay, where's the system? Planet located. Come on. Oh, you're just gonna let me go, huh? Alright, I guess I gotta find the planet in question. Check the moon. Corrosive. So, is that toxic? I think it is. Cactus. That's usually just hot. Rotting. Okay, so it's fungus there. It's fungus there. Let's head to this one that's closest. Now, unlike the missions on the expeditions, just entering the atmosphere is not enough. You do have to land. Target planet reached. Okay, so we're in good shape. Ooh. Actually kind of nice. I like green, so, you know, good with this. Okay. Okay. Does it recognize that I just took a photo? Let's find out. Okay, got it. We're done.
Alert. Navigational data received.
You know what? I'm just going to go right back to the system that we were at, which is this one, and just head right to the space station. That way we're not going back to the space station, teleporting over, and all that nonsense. We get it done the old-fashioned way. Maybe there'll be a pirate battle. There's not. Good. Off we go. So we're going to end our episode pretty much the same place we started, on the anomaly. There we go. Let's go ahead and deliver the information. Where's... It's him, right? It's not showing. Hold on. Mission complete. Is that it? Please tell me that's all I needed to do. Alright. So this guy should get an emblem over his head in a second. There we go. Good, good, good. Ah, you have been making me rich, friend. I know you, your kind, the fearless adventurer, the completer of contracts. You think you are a leader. Others fight wars with weapons and fear, but power is more than strength. It is trade, incentives, information. If you've enough units, others will change the world for you, even without even realizing. Ask about the Gek history. History? Why would you care about that? Something is wrong with the Gek's voice. Ask about the first spawn. Ask about the first spawn, the Gek Empire that once decimated galaxies and enslaved the Korvax species. Ah, friend, you've been talking to Viking warriors. Yes, ever they hate Gek, ever they slander us, refusing to forgive the past. Do not worry, all is well. All is at peace. Repeat your question. Why do you persist, friend? The Gek are different now. The Gek seek no harm, no malice. The Gek changed. Ask how. Must you know? Why do you care, friend? The Gek seems disturbed by my questions, asking why I care. It is clear they do not wish to discuss the events of their species' past. Is it shame I see in their eyes, or something else? Say the Korvax care. Don't, you understand, don't you see it? It never ended. The Gek's face begins to twitch as they speak, a sickly sweet pheromone emerging into the air. Breathe. The Gek did not change. They invaded our souls. I blink, and I'm on Balaran itself, homeworld of the Gek. I stand within the center of the first spawn empire, witnessing events that occurred long ago. Cartographer Agagid, whatever, stands next to me, watching what I watch, tears streaming down their face. I see enslaved Korvax move from Gek spawning pool to spawning pool. At each one they cut into their own suits, nanite clusters pool out, falling into the fluid of embryonic Gek. It is then that I finally understand. The fall of the Gek, their conversion to the Atlas, their release of the Korvax. It was not redemption, it was revolution. Hundreds of Korvax sacrificing their immortality, mingling their nanite clusters with the unborn Gek. The Gek did not become good, they became Korvax, at least in part. Their slaves altered Gek brains, shifting their nature for the first and final time. The Korvax convergence delighted in the pain of the oppressor. Say the Gek deserve this, or say they will be free soon. I would say they deserve this. The Gek stares at me, the vision coming to an end. They appear haunted. Do not judge us, traveler, that our ancestors were altered, that they did not find goodness by themselves. That has nothing to do with us. We just want peaceful lives. We just want to be happy. Leave. As I leave, I think through what I have learned. The Gek released the Korvax because their biology was altered. There was no spiritual revelation, no grand redemption. It was a switch in the brain, an alteration to a genetic code. I think of the simulation Nada shows me. Their intended heaven for Artemis' soul. It was a false reality full of arbitrary and unseen rules. How is life any different? So we're done with that. Okay. So we've done that, and I know exactly what's going to happen next. We have to speak to Null. Let's wait. Locate a hollow terminus. We'll go ahead and do that. It's located right there. Now you notice it's not telling me to speak to Nada and Polo yet, so we're going to go ahead and get the hollow terminus out of the way. It's a big planet. There we go. It says approximate location, so we're going to have to search for the hollow terminus again. I say transmission tower by accident. I don't intend that. I thought that was one. I am wrong. Might be on the other side. Okay. Whoops. Let's Occasionally you get stuck in that glitch. Oh, we're much further away than I thought. Okay. Well, it says there's something here. Is this it? It looks like it. Okay. Oh, yay. Sock puppets. Good, we're not close enough to trigger them. But these guys are cool. Look at them. Okay. That was our wormy worm. There he goes, on his merry little way. Wow, look at the size of that guy, huh? He's even got handlebars. That's cool. These are all for the showing. Oh, and we got this is the beetle planet again. Okay, I had checked them out earlier. All right. Activated. Here we go. Tune to null. Let's go in and talk to null. For some reason, I feel like I have to stand on the pad. I don't know why. Well then, tell me what you saw. Tell me what you learned. Tell Null what you discovered. Yeah, I could accuse him of, that, but that's okay. I tell Null all that I have learned of the Vy'keens' crusade against the Sentinels, how they nearly succeeded, only to have the barbarism of the Gek first spawn draw the Sentinels back to the galaxy. I learned that the homeworld of the Korvax was destroyed by the Gek, the survivors enslaved or melted down. For years, the Korvax toiled beneath their oppressors until the Empire fell, and they were free once more. The Gek became Atlas worshippers. But from the Gek, I learned something different. The Gek did not redeem themselves of their own accord. A great number of Korvax sacrificed themselves, mingling their nanite blood with countless unborn Gek. Their impulse to trade is a mere evolution of their impulse to war. A few signals switched in the brain. Ask what this means. I was born to travel, to see these worlds, to catalog them, to give a name to every creature, every planet. The skies, they were mine. The Atlas told me I could never see them all. There were too many. So I did what I had to do. I survived in the face of eternity. I saw all the worlds of my universe. I returned to the Atlas. I told them what I had done. I asked if it was proud of me. It laughed at me. I'm sure of it. It showed me universe upon universe, each with another traveler just like me. I was not special. I was not unique. The things I had to do to get here, the things I had to become, none of it meant a thing. Listen, it's very important. I did not lie to you. I really do want to discover what's wrong with existence. The walls between worlds are falling, and that's bad for everyone. Ask how they know. I've been alive for a very long time, traveler. I know as much as you would know had you seen the things that I have seen. All I know is this. The Atlas had infinity to work with, and with few exceptions, this triad repeats. Gek, Korvax, Vy'keen. Gek, Korvax, Vy'keen. Traders, warriors, scientists. All their stories ending in violence. Think about it. How would the Atlas speak? How would it cry for help? It would use the only language it knew. It would speak with life. It would create. Whatever these life forms do, they always end in conflict. I think something terrible is happening to the Atlas. It is screaming the only way it knows how. Ask what can be done. And now, it won't speak to me anymore. It won't. It's chosen you instead. After all I did for it, I wanted to find out what was different about the universe. We are who we are, but you, whether because of some soul, because of simulation, it does not matter. Why won't it speak to me? Why aren't I enough? Null's channel begins to falter, their hologram beginning to fade. They are disconnecting from the holo terminus. End communication. As I watch them depart, I see another channel activate. Apollo's signal emergence. Well, hello, Apollo. Really interesting what we're learning, though, huh? Hello. Traveler, I made it through. I found my way out of the portal. Where are you? I'm standing by a holo terminus. Let's trade locations. Let's meet and get off this world. Share coordinates. I share my coordinates, and Apollo shares theirs. There must be some mistake. According to our data, we are standing in the same place. We are communicating using the same holo terminus. We try again, but still the results are the same. The world is silent, but for our voices. What's happening here? Why can't we see each other? Say you do not know. As we speak, I receive a distress signal. Its language my own. It arrives from across the planet. Don't be like that. Bzzz. the unknown signal says. You are not alone. Tune back to Apollo. I try to tune back to Apollo, fighting the static insistence of the intruding signal. The hollow terminus is showing, are you receiving? Let's meet and get off this world. Apollo appears to receive the same signal broadcasting from the same location on their own world. Agree to meet. We agree to go and find the source of these distress beacons. Perhaps we'll continue this discussion when we get there. Okay. Craziness, right? Craziness. Find the source of the signal. All right. So what we're going to do, and you notice that we haven't gone back to Nada and Polo for some reason. I don't know why. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the episode here rather than in the anomaly. So yeah, crazy stuff. I think we're going to go ahead and call it here. I want to thank you all for watching. We're going to pick up the next episode and continue on with this this interesting thing that we've discovered. And at the beginning of the episode, we'll discuss some of the things we've learned. All right? So guys, thank you again for watching. Please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe. We'll see you again next time. Take care, everybody.